Greetings and welcome to another Fate Grand Order video. It is time to face the ultra high difficulty quest number 6, the oldest hero. Now, if you know anything about Fate Grand Order lore, then you know that they are obviously talking about Gilgamesh. And when talking about Gilgamesh, you know that we need to bring along Lancers. However, this fight is not so simple, as it essentially becomes a raw damage race, where your noble phantasms are essentially so weakened that you might want to consider a regular Buster Heroic chain over using a noble phantasm. And here's why. Upon reaching the final wave, which is Gilgamesh by himself, he is going to completely reduce everyone front and back lines MP bar to 0, and also reduce your MP effectiveness by 50%. So yeah, not only are you starting from 0 over again on your MP bar, but you are also extremely weak when it comes to using it. Now, aside from that, he is also going to put a buff on himself that every turn will buff his attack, and this effect will stack. So it can quickly start getting into where he is normally doing a lot of damage. And not only that, but his MP bar only has 3 charges, which means that he can suddenly go from 0 to 2, and then next turn you have to worry about a Noble Phantasm coming your way. And since it's a Numa Elish, yeah, everybody is in trouble. So what is the tactic for this fight? Well, in order to try and get around his MP weakening and basically having 0 effect, we're trying to go in with raw damage as much as possible. Now, to do this, we obviously want to find ourselves a Scathach that has a limit broken event craft essence. I should hopefully find someone. If not, we'll just grab a Scathach with the normal craft essence and rely on raw critical damage to do it. Now, the thing about Gilgamesh's attack buff is that it can be removed. However, if you do, he will immediately cast it again. He will fill his MP bar and then cast a Numa Elish. So generally the strategy is wait until he has his MP bar completely filled up, remove it, and then next turn, and then after you remove it, you make sure to bring in somebody that can grant your party party-wide dodge, say David, and then that way nobody takes damage, everybody gets a little bit of charge, and then he basically withstands an entire turn. So that is generally what we're going to try and do. As long as I remember to change my Mystic Code. So let's see. Oh, yes. Oh my god. Thank you, Mr. Bacon. Okay, so we are going to need this one. Not only does it come with a stun, which will buy us a turn, it comes with buff all allies attack, and it comes with order chains that will allow us to bring in David for that AoE 1 attack dodge that we're looking for. Now, because I really do not have that many good Lancers, if we're perfectly honest, this is what I'm bringing. Now, Amakusa there in slot 2 is there specifically so that he can try and remove Gilgamesh's buff with his Noble Phantasm. Now, as I said before, because your Noble Phantasm charges are reduced to 0, coming in with anything that pre-charges it is completely useless. So I'm hoping to have him survive long enough so that his second skill helps him charge it up so that he can launch Baptism right there. And he also has a chance of stunning Gilgamesh, so that's another good thing. He gains critical stars each turn, so that's another very good thing. And outside of that, I brought along the best that I could think of. Now, you do not want to bring any Berserkers into this set because they will be absolutely destroyed. Obviously, the standard Kuchu Lane can survive at least one entire turn. And thanks to the event C, he will also have Guts. And he has Guts on himself, and he can remove debuffs and restore some HP, but he probably won't survive long enough. And really, Martha is there because I'm going to try and use her instead of Elizabeth. Martha will take half as much damage, and thanks to the event craft essence, will deal decent damage. And she also has a skill, her last skill, which applies a special attack, Divine, Demon, and Undead. Now, Gilgamesh is a Divine Servant, so this should increase her damage if she can actually reach him. So, without further ado, let's try this and see how many attempts it actually takes me, shall we? Okay, battle 1. So basically it's go for raw damage. Don't use anything important at this point because it's going to be wiped away. So go for raw damage. Now, the problem with Amakusa is that he deals very little damage, if we're perfectly honest. He's just there to try and stall out the fight. Okay, now take him out like this and like this and like this. Don't bother with arts cards because it's going to be wiped away. Okay, good. Okay, now 2 other big ones. This ain't good. Okay, so focus on the big ones first. Okay, that's another one down. Good. Okay, so what do we do? Opposite like this. Come on, finish him off. And she did. Okay, time for the real fight. We took a little bit of damage, but shouldn't be too bad. And now here comes Mr. Enuma himself. And yeah, 1.5 million HP. Okay, so now we're going to use Critical Star Generation. Charge his own HP like that. And what else can we do? There really isn't much else we can do other than start charging up Scathach and Noble Phantasm to go for a stun. Honestly, that's what we're going for with her. Not only does she deal great damage, but she also has a high chance of stunning. So yeah, as you can see, the damage is already starting to stack up here. So what are we going to do? Yeah, that's probably what we're going to do. Yeah, so we're going to go with this. See if we can help get Tamamo her Noble Phantasm ready. Don't hit Tamamo, don't hit Tamamo, okay. Okay, now we're going to try and stun him this turn with this. It worked now. Also, something I forgot to mention is that Gilgamesh has a very high magic resistance, even though it's not mentioned. So, because hers is already up, we might as well go for maximum damage this turn. And after that, try and charge Scathach as well. I'm not going to do as much damage as we would love to, but... then we'll go with... let's go for Scathach as well. That way she can use her next turn and try and get another stun on Gilgamesh. Smack, smack. That's some very decent damage still, but... 100,000. Okay, and there's that, so we stun him with this one. It missed. Okay, so now let's stun him with this one. Excellent. That one seems to always have an excellent chance of hitting for some odd reason. Let's see. I don't think Amakusa will fully charge this turn. Is what we're hoping for. So he's probably dead. But if he does, then David can come in. But then we have no way of removing the attack buffs on Gilgamesh, which kind of sucks. So all we can really hope for is something around like this. And he's stunned. And we have no way to stun him this turn, unfortunately. So replace Amakusa with David. Actually, no, replace Tamamo with David. But Tamamo has a way of surviving. And then because he's first going to launch that and apply evade one time, there we go. Greatly increase defense and recover few for yourself. That's not particularly useful. This is the best we can hope for. Try and get Scathach to go up. And here it comes. Now we'll evade this one. And hopefully he attacks David, because David's done his job already. That was actually what we wanted. And that's actually fine. Now we want Tamamo to survive as much as possible. So what can we do? Let's look at your buffs, mister. Gain AP at the end of each turn, so that'll happen this turn. Let's see. Scathach will probably not get to launchers next turn. Hopefully he attacks Tamamo with this. Up. And we need to start actually dodging, because these attacks are going to start to hurt a lot. So best we can hope for is this, and hopefully Amakusa finishes charging so you can remove those buffs. Even though we will eat another Nova Phantom if we do it now at this point. Okay, that was almost perfect. That was perfect. That's exactly what we wanted. Yes, Tamamo is stunned. But now what? That's the question. Now what do we do? If we remove his buffs... Let's see, is this special attack divine? Special attack divine, yes, excellent. Yes, that's what we want. Basically right now, we are relying on Scathach to stun him. And we'll do the twin arm crunch in next turn, because we're hoping for a stun here. Come on, come on, come on, stun. Stun, excellent. 300,000, okay, we're almost there, we're almost there. Okay, now what? Now we're in trouble because basically everybody is dead. Basically we're going to rely on Shiro surviving this turn, and then next turn, if he doesn't charge his MP himself, because he can't do that, which is so annoying. What do we do? See if we can get to Tamamo, but I don't think she'll survive, honestly. Don't charge it, don't charge it, don't charge it. And he did not. Excellent. That's exactly what we wanted. So now we remove his buffs with Amakusa. And then honestly, just go for as much damage as we can before they die. Well, Tamamo and Scathach will survive one more attack because they both have guts. Goodbye buffs on Gilgamesh. And yes, because when you remove his buffs, he immediately launches it. That actually, with the removal of the buffs, it actually did not hit as hard as I thought it would. Okay, so that's something good to know. Really? Is that what you're gonna do? Okay, well, now that we know that, however, we're down to less than 200,000, so we still have a good chance. However, if you see, he doesn't have his attack buff. Because what happened is he launched the original Enuma Elish, then he fully charged his MP, and then launched another Enuma Elish. So that's what happened. And this line, we can save that for later, but he already has the guts. Okay, so let's do this. That is not bad damage on that Martha, but I think we have this in the bag. Goodbye, Scathach. We knew that was coming, so now it's only Cuchulainn and Martha. And Martha is very angry. How long does this last for? One turn. Let's not risk it and go for maximum damage this turn. Come on, Martha. 22,000. We can do this. We can definitely do this. And now dodge. But we should have this in the bag. Goku! Yes, we have this. Oh yeah. And victory! Ah, yes. Honestly, a lot of that is based on the fact that I was able to find the Scathach with the limit broken event to craft destinies for damage, so big thanks to Bacon, who was the friend that had it. But yeah, that is essentially how to do it. So we now know that, we now know that if you remove his buffs on the same turn that he has a full MP bar, he will launch 2 Enuma Elish's in that turn. So that's not good. But we do know now that Enuma Elish, without his attack buffs, does not hit that hard on Scathach. So we know that now. So maybe the best time to remove his buffs is after he launches the first Enuma Elish. So he launches the normal one. Then on the next turn, you remove his buffs, if possible. He launches another one that is extremely weak. And basically his deck is reset and his no Phantom is reset. But yeah. That is how I was able to do it this time. And no command seals this time, unlike the last 2 days. But anyway, thanks for watching. And we will see you next time because of final one is called All Out Battle. And if this is what they are throwing at us, I do not know what is coming up.